So the live-action Lilo and Stitch remake came out, and everybody loved it. Lilo and Stitch as a franchise is weird. We all talked about how much of a masterpiece the first movie was, but it has since become essentially Disney's Pokemon, but if Pikachu was the only one to get any merchandise. I'm talking toys, theme parks, sequels, spin-offs, and anime, comics and mangas, crossovers,
Oh, my bad.
multiple games,
Come on, get one.
and of course the inevitable live-action reboot. For the longest time, this was the only live-action remake I was actually looking forward to. One, because it's from the director of Marcel the Shell, and two, how hard could it be to fuck up Lilo and Stitch? Of course that was my mindset until I realized, oh wait, oh fuck, no! Normally I just ignore these remakes. I straight up forgot Snow White came out this year, but something about this had me too curious, so I just decided to give it a watch. And it's the best Disney remake. It's not good, but it's the best Disney remake. But what about Jungle Book? What about Cinderella?
What about Jungle Book?
Cinderella. Okay, you know what? For the sake of this video's title, let's not count them as Disney remakes. Like, they're too good to be called that. Besides, Christopher Robin solos both. Anyways, Lily and Bitch. The remake's just okay. It's not worse than Hitler. It's no Lion King, it's no Pinocchio. I fucking hated the Mulan remake, so of course it's not that. I don't know a single soul who watched Dumbo or Lady and the Tramp, but I know it's not those. I don't know, man. I just left the theater kind of underwhelmed. It wasn't a masterpiece, nor was it a masterpiece of shit. Just kind of like the Minecraft movie. Just a middle-of-the-road flick with some ugly CGI abominations here and there. I was finally hoping for one Disney live-action, not Jungle Book, remake to be good, but I still can't say I hate it. Well, not all of it. We'll get to the bad stuff later. Now, at the very least, Lilo and Stitch are the best parts of this Lilo and Stitch movie, weirdly enough. Like, one of the few changes here I actually like is that we do get to see more bonding moments between the main characters. And it's weirdly adorable, retaining their status as the best duo in the entire Disney canon. Well, okay, they're a close second. Yeah, those guys too. No. As much as I love Stitch in this, it does sort of lead to my first problem with the movie, and that is, I don't know, Stitch isn't nearly as much of an asshole, or at least how he was in the original. I mean, don't get me wrong, you still see him wrecking shit and being reckless and all that, but only for a little bit. Stitch's character development in the OG works because he was way more pessimistic and reckless and was literally built to destroy everything, but over time he began to learn the value of family and overcame his destructive tendencies and dipshit behavior. While in this one he's a lot more playful.
Froggy go, ribbit, boing, boing, boing. Froggy catch fly. Meow, meow. And then Stitch chase cat, and cat go, lion, like Lion King.
I mean, for marketing purposes, I can see why they did this, but it makes the scene where Stitch realizes he's the reason Lilo's family is falling apart hit way less hard. Though I will admit, I got a little teary-eyed when Stitch tried to sacrifice himself at one point. As for Lilo, it's kind of the same thing. They made her less unhinged and less funny than she was in the animated one, but she was charming enough, and I do really buy her friendship with Stitch. It was really wholesome, to a point where I wouldn't mind if they came back for a sequel. So there you go, Lilo and Stitch themselves were mostly pretty unscathed. It's just every other character in the movie that sucks balls, yay. Just a heads up, there are new characters in this movie, and I don't care. They are boring, they are pointless, they are sauceless, they are tasteless. Why even bother with them? David is here, and he's just kind of an awkward loser now. And then there's Nani. Nani? The true dead weight of this film for a lot of people outside of two characters I will not name yet. The original Nani played the role of mother way better than in the new one. She was tough, but understood Lilo the most. And she was the one who brought Lilo to get a dog, not some random neighbor lady. In fact, in this one, she gets angry when the neighbor lady gets a dog for Lilo. In the first movie, she was way more caring. Like, she was literally screaming her heart out when trying to find her sister. While this one's just a bit douchier and feels like she barely pays attention to Lilo. Like, there's this one scene where Lilo's like, what happened to nobody gets left behind? And then Nani says, we were left behind. Like, what? Didn't your parents die in like a car crash? That wasn't a choice. This isn't abandonment if this wasn't intentional at all. What are you talking about? She says some shit like, Ohana sounds really nice, but this is reality, and Lilo needs to start living in it. Does she not know the movie she's in? Like a few seconds ago, she wasn't stopping a blue koala monkey thing. Yeah, Lilo, start living in this reality where fucking aliens are walking around. I mean, I guess throughout the film, Lilo and Nani still have some moments together. The Aloha Oi scene still kind of hits, but I don't know. She's just such a downgrade compared to her original counterpart. The funny part is she isn't the most butchered character in this entire movie. Let's talk about Jumbo. What the fuck? Jumba in the first movie was probably my favorite character. He was really funny and super quotable, and his transition from evil to good guy King Dedede style was also really funny. Not to mention his Russian accent brought a lot of charm to the character. Rest in peace. Yeah, at first I thought they were gonna do the same thing in this movie until you realized, uh-oh, we can't use Ganto because he too big. Let's make Jumba the villain instead. Because he was kinda evil in the first movie, right? And that, my friends, is how you completely assassinate a beloved character.
Well, this sucks.
First of all, he's voiced by Zach Galifianakis. No hate, obviously. I knew they couldn't get the original VA, but are you sure there wasn't anyone else? There's no Russian accent, the voice isn't deep enough, and they make him sound like a fucking nerd. When I heard he was gonna be in this movie, I thought he was gonna play Pleakley, which we will get to. Even his dialogue sounds insanely Marvel-esque. But then we get to the ending where basically everything falls apart. So Jumbo finds Stitch like in the original, but instead of just grabbing the blue Pikachu, he decides to destroy every family picture Lilo has because he never had a good family. What are we doing here? Why did he need to do this? Like, Gantu wasn't even a villain, he was just doing his job. I didn't see him wrecking shit for no reason. The crazy thing is, this could have actually worked. He could have had the same redemption arc Stitch had. Like, Lilo could have tried to convince him that what he's doing is wrong, and if Stitch could learn the meaning of family, anyone can. Including Jumbo. Like, if you had a bad Ohana, well, maybe you can join ours. See what a real Ohana's like. Literally in the movie, he was talking about this and was asking for another chance. But no, instead Lilo calls him a hairy potato and yeets him off a spaceship. He gets arrested and that's it. No more Jumba. He's just not part of the family anymore. Never mind the fact that Nani decides to leave Lilo for college. They kept setting that up and Lilo's just okay with it. Why? If you're gonna do that bullshit anyways, why not have Jumba and Pleakley take care of her? Nope. The new grandma lady is taking care of her now. The character arc was right there for Jumba and they decided to say, nah, fuck 'em. The only way they can fix this is if in the sequel, they have Jumba team up with Lilo and Stitch to stop an even bigger threat. And then we get to the Jumba is part of the Ohana part. Not saying I want a sequel, but if that's the route they're going, count me in. I need my gay alien dads back. And then there's Pleakley.
I shall love dressing like a cowboy, and not as a woman.
No, he doesn't cross-dress as a woman in this entire movie. No, he doesn't end up with Jumba near the end of the film, even though he ends up being a part of Lilo's Ohana anyway, despite doing nothing to justify that. Yes, his alien form does look terrifying as sin. I mean, for the most part it is accurate to how it was in the first film, but the giant fish eye, yeah, they really couldn't give him like a regular cartoon eye. Why was this needed? As for his character, he's just kind of an idiot now, always calling Jumba his best friend and tripping on shit. Obviously a massive downgrade to the original, and I commend the director for at least trying to put him in a dress. And the way I completely forgot about Cobra Bubbles.
And next time I see this dog,
So that's the film that everyone thinks is the worst remake ever, which like, it's not. Sure, it made a tons of changes that made it worse. Jumbo was completely assassinated, and its message, while not bad, doesn't really work for this story. It has all of that, and yet I still thought it was cute. I have a soft spot for this franchise, and seeing these two just make my heart warm. If you still hate it, more power to you. At least it doesn't change absolutely nothing to a point where it's the exact same as the original, and literally has no reason to exist. Jeez, I wonder how Chris Sanders feels about all this. It's the same movie. It's the same movie. It is the same movie. It's a good movie, I guess, but it's the same fucking thing. I could have had the same experience just watching a re-release. In fact, that's what this is. It's just a re-release with a different skin to it. People keep saying this completely washes all the Disney remakes, and like, sure, it is really faithful to the original movie, but something about it just feels definitely hollow. I don't want the Disney remakes to be exactly like the originals, because why even bother? I can just watch the originals. I'm paying to see shit I can see for free. I think we just need a remake that's faithful enough to the source material, but adds a lot of things that actually help the film rather than make make it worse. Like, how do you fuck up something as simple as family means nobody gets left behind? Maybe in the Rugrats live-action remake or whatever the fuck that's supposed to be. Anyways, that's Lilo and Stitch. A 6, maybe 5 out of 10. Best Disney remake I've seen in years. I said years, that was years ago. I'm not watching the sequel unless they bring Gantu back. There's no excuse this time. But what did you think about all this? Did you hate the movie, hate the movie, hate the movie, or hate the movie? Or maybe there's at least one person who likes or is just mixed on the movie. If you don't care, go watch some Elio or The Day the Earth Blew Up, and especially K-pop Demon Hunters. That shit's epic. Tell me about it in the comments, and see you at the Brave Little Toaster remake. Bye-bye.
Well, hey, check this out. I found a gallery in the main menu, and that's my favorite place because it lets us watch a scene where Princess Jasmine seriously considers sleeping with a dog, and then thinks about sleeping with Stitch instead.